I can't outdo the Kelseys. I thought about trying to do that. But 2024 Time Athlete of the Year, 2-time Naismith Trophy. I mean, we could spend the entire podcast, Caitlin, just listing off like everything that you've been doing for the last 4 years. But Caitlin, I really appreciate you taking the time to just hang out for a little bit. It's good to catch up with you.
Thanks for having me on.
Caitlinclark is once again capturing attention with a viral interview for University of Iowa Sports Media. In this open discussion, she reflects on the pivotal moments that have defined her career, offering insights into her journey just a week before her college jersey is honored at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Caitlin revisits her memorable freshman year during the pandemic, shares her college experiences, and more. She also talks about the WNBA, the friendships that matter most to her, and the incredible moment she met Taylor Swift at a...
I've been covering you since your senior year of high school, but you and I had never met face-to-face until after your freshman season because they kept everything so strict due to COVID and everything. Yeah. And that's what kind of makes your rise kind of even more intriguing to me, because it's not even the fact that like you've elevated to where you are. You started from the bottom because there were literally no fans in attendance, and like even the TV deal was kind of suspect at the time.
Caitlin's perspective on women's basketball and the defining moments of her career is something you won't want to miss. Her insights are genuine and powerful, proving why she remains one of the most inspiring athletes today. Get ready as we take a deep dive into her journey, right here, right now. Are you ready? Let's get started.
So, 3 words describe your Iowa career.
Well, I'm going to say special.
Okay.
I'm going to say life-changing, but that's 2 words. Dang it.
It's a hyphen.
Okay, hyphen. Does that make it? Yeah, okay.
Well, I'll count it 1.
Special, life-changing, and impactful. I'm going to go those.
Clark starts off with confidence, describing her career as special, life-changing, and impactful. But what makes these words so meaningful? With heartfelt gratitude, she reflects on the moments that have defined her journey and the profound impact they have had on her growth.
I like impactful. And I think that from a standpoint of like, obviously I have had an impact on a lot of people. I'm very aware of that. But at the same time, I hope everybody knows they've had an impact on me too. Like it's a 2-way street, and getting to see the young boys and the young girls, or, you know, the people that have drove from miles and miles to come watch us, or whatever it was in college, you know, that has a huge impact, not only on myself, but our entire teams when we were playing. So I hope everybody knows it's a 2-way street on that. Yeah. And it really means a lot to us players, and certainly myself.
Caitlin then takes us back to the beginning, her freshman year at the peak of COVID. Remember those challenging times? She recalls the experience of playing in empty arenas, where cardboard cutouts filled the stands and her family remained her only in-person supporters.
Honestly, I don't remember a lot of them. One of the only ones I really remember was probably the Iowa State one at home, where we came back from, I think, down 18 points. But like, we're playing in front of nobody. Like, there wasn't anything like super memorable about that year. Like, you're playing in front of cardboard cutouts and then like just your family members. So that was kind of a blur. And at some points, like it's unfortunate, but at the same time, like I feel like it gave me a year to kind of get my feet wet in college basketball. With that, I didn't have to balance road crowds, I didn't have to balance our crowd, I didn't have to balance all of that noise.
What really went down during that unforgettable Iowa State game, and why does it hold such significance for Caitlin? She breaks it all down, sharing the details of that iconic moment, what set it apart, and how it became a defining milestone in her career.
Look back and watch some of those videos of me celebrating after the Iowa State game, because I think I made a 3 with like 40-some seconds to go.
Oh, yeah.
To put us up 1 maybe or something. It was a huge comeback anyway. And I was like celebrating like there was 15,000 people inside of Carver, and there was probably like 200 people in Carver watching us. So it's just really funny to laugh at myself looking back on, but it was a good time.
Here's the unexpected twist. Caitlin reveals that the eerie silence may have actually worked in her favor. She explains how the absence of crowd noise allowed her to focus, adapt, and refine her game in ways she never expected, ultimately helping her transition into college basketball.
Like that allowed me to kind of play more free and kind of figure out myself, and I don't know, just figure out how college basketball works. So, you know, it was kind of unfortunate that I missed a year of college basketball and being in front of our crowds, but at the same time, I try to look at it in a positive manner of like, maybe that helped me, and maybe like that was the starting point of like how I kind of got my feet wet in college basketball. And then obviously after that, it really took off. We played in front of nobody to not being able to get a ticket, which is pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, you got to play in front of your dog at least, though, too.
Yeah, that was basically the only person, my fake cardboard cutout dog.
When the fans finally returned, Caitlin's excitement was unmatched. In her own words, she shares her raw reaction to experiencing that electric energy back in the arena, a moment that made everything feel even more special.
Honestly, I think going into my second year, I was just so excited to like finally get to play in front of people. I remember asking, it was like the exhibition game. And I remember like going up to Coach Fitz, I'm like, how many people do you think are going to be here? Like I kept asking, like I was so giddy. I'm like finding out like how many people were going to come, like what the crowd was going to be like. Like I remember being like so excited to finally play in front of our fans and the people that have supported, you know, the program far before I got there. So I just remember being like super giddy about that. I remember just being so excited. I think there was probably like 4,000, 3,000 people there maybe if I had to guess, but I was like so excited to play in front of people that weren't my mom and dad and my teammates' parents. Like it was like a taste of, you know, kind of what could be or what had been for the program previously. So I just remember being like so giddy about an exhibition game because it was just the first time that I got to play in front of our fans a year after I'd already been on campus, more than a year after being on campus.
Caitlin's jersey retirement at the University of Iowa marks a historic milestone. As only the third player in program history to receive this honor, she looks back on the journey that brought her to this moment, reflecting on the hard work and dedication that made it possible.
I guess now that enough time's gone by, what's your kind of thought process about your jersey getting retired and knowing you don't even just have your mark on the floor, like your jersey is going to be in the rafters forever?
From sporting the iconic number 22 to making a lasting impact on the court, Caitlin shares that this honor wasn't something she specifically aimed for. Instead, it's a reflection of the love and dedication she poured into the program.
Obviously it gets announced and it's like, oh, this is amazing and this is so cool. But I feel like as the days kind of started to approach here and we're now like a week away from this actually happening, I feel like it's kind of becoming really real. And you know, this isn't like a goal where you show up to campus and you're like, like I want to have my jersey retired one day. Like nobody does that. Nobody thinks that way. Like you just give your all for the program and the university. And, you know, there's been a lot of really good players to come through our program and have, you know, what are the National Player of the Year, Big Ten players, you know, whatever it is. And I think we only have 2 with their jersey retired right now. Mm-hmm. So it'll be cool to be one of the few. It's hard to probably, you know, really feel all the emotions until I'm going to be inside of Carver and really see it and experience that with my family. And I'm not usually a very emotional person, but I feel like this will probably make me a little more emotional. And usually like when we've had certain things inside of Carver, I've been competing or playing shortly before like something like that has happened, whether it's been a senior night or something like that. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to kind of evoke emotion after you just competed for 40 minutes. But now that I'm not actually going to be playing, I feel like I'll probably be a little more emotional, even though I'm not a super emotional person. Thankful to have played at a place that loves women's basketball in the way that it does and has really helped me flourish. And it'll be exciting for me to go back and be inside Carver. You know, I haven't been there since I played my last game. So it'll be